G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Caitlin and I'm an American living in beautiful Sydney, Australia. I gotta be honest you guys, I'm not a beer drinker. If I go out to the pub, it's either like a lazy mixed drink, a glass of wine, or a cider. I never grab a beer because I'm just not a fan of the taste. But moving to Australia, there are so many Aussie beers out there. I mean, these are classics and it's one of the few things that I see advertised all the time here. So even though I don't really drink beer, I wanted to give this a try and taste test every single classic Aussie beer that I could find. We've got 11 different beers to try here. I went for 12 and I made a mistake counting when I was at the shops. So if you guys want me to do a quick little short on a 12th one, let me know your recommendations down below in the comments. But I don't want to waste any more time. These have just been pulled out of the fridge and I don't want these to get warm. So grab a bicky, grab a bevy, and let's get right into this video. This is the one that my husband seems to gravitate towards. He's not really much of a beer drinker either, but this is the Great Northern Original Full Strength. I probably should have checked if any of these are like twist tops or not, but I got my little beer opener that we got in our honeymoon in Hawaii, so this is gonna be fun. This one I've had a couple sips of before, so I kind of know what this one tastes like. Like, this one's actually really smooth. I can drink one of these without a problem if this is at a party and there's really nothing else to drink other than this and like maybe tap water or something. I'll go for one of these. So I literally just got into filming this video and I needed to change my camera battery. And as I leave the room, one of my cats decides to jump on the very flimsy table and all of these got knocked over. None of them broke. Like, kudos to Aussie beer makers for the bottles not breaking. But I lost most of the Great Northern. So, yeah. This one, like a solid 7.5 out of 10. Again, saying this as somebody who doesn't drink beer, I would actually drink a full one of these, maybe even a couple at a party. These are great for summer. Let's see how bad these explode. You know what? We're gonna go for it. Screw it. We're literally making a video about drinking beer. Like, why in the world am I going to stress about getting covered in it? So here we have Tooheys, and this is one of the beers that I see everywhere. This is really, really popular here. It's refreshing Aussie lager. I know nothing about lagers, stouts, IPAs, and whatnot, so I'm just going at this as somebody who genuinely has no idea what most of these are going to taste like. Cheers. Because that one's definitely a little bit more bitter. Not my favorite, not bad, but following this video I'm going to be making Aussie damper and I'm going to be making beer damper. So I think I need 375 mils in order to make that bread. So from all of this, except for the Great Northern obviously, I'm going to figure out which one of these I actually want to use. This one would be great for making beer bread though. So this one, probably going to rate this like a 5 out of 10 for drinking. Next up we have a pale ale from James Squire, Lashes. Why do I feel like pale ales are what I've had before when like I first started drinking, and that's the reason why I'm not really a fan of the taste of beer. But like, I'm not a beer connoisseur at all. These just smell like beer, and the whole room, now that some of this is spilt on the floor, just smells like beer. It smells like a brewery in here, and honestly, I don't mind. Cheers. It's better than the Tooheys, I will say that. It's a little bit lighter. This one's going to be a little bit higher. This one, I'd probably give this like a 6. Next up we have one that probably has my favorite name out of all of these, and that is Bluey. I'm not even looking to see if any of these say twist top or not. I knew this was going to happen with one of them, which is why I brought this. So we're just going to let that fizz out a little bit. I also brought a towel for this exact same reason, because I knew after all these fell on the floor, at least one of these was going to explode. Okay, we got the rest of this off. I don't know if you're supposed to drink it now that it's like bubbled all the way up to the top, so just look at this. What the hell am I supposed to do? Oh god, okay, you know what? Cheers. Oh, that's actually pretty good. This one isn't even a full alcoholic drink, it's 0.9. I don't think it's because of the alcohol content in this. There's something in it that tastes almost a little bit fruity, like just a slight cider taste. So far out of all these, this one is hands down my favorite. Like, this one's solid 9 out of 10 for me. Now here we have another pale ale, and this one is from Cooper's. So as I'm opening this up, let me tell you guys, when I was getting these at the BWS, the shop retail guy, the cashier, wow, I can't even think, and I've only had like 4 sips of beer. The cashier looked at me like I was absolutely nuts for buying one of all of these. He's like, this is probably the most expensive beer haul I've ever seen. Like, why aren't you buying these in a 6-pack? Why aren't you buying them in a case? And I tried to explain this is for a YouTube video. And yeah, he just could not comprehend that somebody was just buying one of all of these different kinds of beers. So yeah, this one to the cashier from BWS. Cheers. Oh god, this one's like, what is it, hoppy? Where it tastes really yeasty. There's like an almost bread-like taste to it. I don't know if you guys can see, but my cat has decided to poke her head through and start sniffing around to see what's happening up here on this table. But yeah, this one, no, this one like 2.5 out of 10. Not my thing at all. Kind of gross. I really want to get rid of the taste. I don't know if this is going to do it or not, but let's hop over down here. This one is a Balter Cerveza. So this is kind of like almost like an Aussie Corona. I know this is a Mexican style beer. This is typically the kind that you would find with like a lime wedge or something jammed into it. And these are perfect for summer. So I have a feeling this one is going to be so good, especially since it is so hot right now at the time I'm filming this. We've got another one going overboard. That's okay. So one of the things that this same cashier had suggested was pouring in a little bit of each kind of beer and mixing them all together to see what it would taste like. And I think I'm going to give that a try after needing to go grab a mug so that way I don't have more beer spill all over the table. I think I will do that. Oh, I love the saying on this one though. Tastes like a grade Arvo, which probably sounds so weird to you guys to hear in an American accent, but cheers. Not bad. It does taste kind of similar to Corona. A little bit of a difference to it. Corona I think is just a little bit more lighter. Yeah, overall actually a pretty good beer. I'd give this one a solid 8.5. Like who knows, maybe after all this I will actually be converted into more of a beer drinker because this is like surprising how high some of these ratings are. Now I am trying to go with this as somebody who would actually enjoy beer, somebody who would actually drink beer, but obviously everybody has different tastes. It's all subjective, but I'm surprised how much I'm actually enjoying some of these. So let's go to 4X because I know this one is classic, iconic. I've seen this advertised everywhere. I just saw the words twist off, but we're gonna keep chugging along with this thing. This thing's already soaked in beer too. Everything in this room seems soaked in beer now. Cheers, guys. Not bad. I mean, I don't know why. For some reason I thought this was going to be a little bit more bitter. Maybe I'm just getting used to the taste of lagers. But this one's actually not that bad. Like, I could probably drink a full thing of this, but I don't think I would go for a second one if I was at a party or something. This one, maybe like 5.5. It's pretty warm out, and these are starting to condensate a little bit, and I can feel them getting a little bit warmer with each sip, so we're going to fly through this. So this one is Carlton Draught. This one is really, really popular. I see this one all the time. I see this one on tap quite a lot at different pubs around here. Why does this one taste like almost nothing? Yeah, this one just has like a little bit of a beer-ish aftertaste to it. This is almost like drinking water. What's the alcohol volume in this? This is 1.4 standard drinks, 4.5% alcohol. This is dangerous because this could go down like water. Really, I just taste a little bit of that typical beer aftertaste, and I could probably drink a full one of these and not even realize it, which seems kind of dangerous. You know what, this one, there's not a lot of taste to it, so I'm going to give this one a 6.5. So this one actually a friend of ours brought over. This one is a low carb, ultra low carb lager. This is from Pure Blonde, and this is not something I've really seen around that much. We had a friend of ours who I think was kind of on a diet, so that's why he brought over a low carb beer, but this is Australian made, and we had an extra one in our fridge, so I figured why not open this up and give it a try. I also have no idea if the taste is going to be really different because it's low carb. I've never had low carb beer actually. Really, really light, really drinkable. But again, you're not really getting much flavor out of this. Like if you just want a little bit of beer and you're on a diet, this is probably a great thing to grab. But if you're somebody who really enjoys the taste of beer, you like the subtleties of different kinds of beers and the varieties and whatnot, this is going to be like flavored water to you. So this one, like I'd give this one a 6. We are on to the ultra smooth Carlton Dry. And back in the cup. I'm so glad I thought to get this cup after I heard all this stuff fall. But, oh man, does this room smell like the inside of a brewery? So you know, these beers will not be going to waste. Like I said, I'm going to be making a beer damper recipe, and there's like 2 or 3 that I'm leaning towards using in all of this. I'll let you know which one I'm going to use once I get down to the last one, which we have one more left after this. But here's the Carlton Dry. Cheers. Nope. Oh, that's bitter. Oh, yeah, that's dry. There's nothing smooth about that, but that's dry. 1.5 out of 10. Only reason it's getting a 1.5 instead of a straight 0 is because it's definitely beer. It tastes like beer, and if you're a beer drinker, that might be your thing. But for me, that is nope. Okay, guys, so we're down to the last one, the most iconic beer that I've seen since moving over here, and that is VB Victoria Bitter. I've seen this all over the place at different pubs, at parties, at barbecues. This is probably the most typical Aussie beer out there. It's iconic. Everybody knows this label, even on tourist merchandise in some places. So this is probably Australia's most well-known beer. I just want to point out that I have lived in Australia for 2 years, so obviously I know that Foster's is not actually Australian. So there's no Foster's in this video because no Aussie I know actually drinks Foster's beer. So we're gonna end on the most iconic beer in Australia, you guys. Cheers. Oh. Whew, that's bitter. Why did I do that? It said bitter in the name. You'd think I know it's bitter. Oh, thank God I got water. Oh, that was not a good way to end. I was hoping that'd be a little bit better. My God, how do people drink that? Sorry, you guys. It's just, I know it's classic. It's Australian. It's iconic. For me, it's a 2.5. It's not even drinkable. There's no way I'm going to finish this thing. It's so bitter. And you know what? There's probably a lot of people out there who love this, but not me. I just can't do this. Ugh. Guys, I just looked down and noticed that there's rating on top of some of these caps. This one is the VB one. It says Victoria Bitter is named after the street it was brewed on, Victoria Parade, not the state. Huh. Had no idea. Genuinely thought it was talking about the state. This one's cute. It's just a little slogan that says, I feel like a Tooheys. And then there's this one. The Melbourne Cup is run over approximately how many miles? And the answer is 2. I did say that I was going to take a little bit of all of these and see what all of these taste like together. I am really, really scared on this one, you guys, but let's try it. Why do I have a feeling this is just going to be so unpleasant? And I don't know why I can't seem to like pour with both hands at the same time. Give us like a little swirl to make sure everything's actually properly mixed together. Of course, now everything's bubbling up, but it just smells like generic beer. Like there's no real bitter smell or anything like that, but with the really strong bitter beers that are in here, I have a feeling this is not going to be the most pleasant thing I've ever drank. So cheers, you guys. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. I really appreciate the support, and I will see you all in my next one. Wow, that's actually good. Like, why is this the 10 out of 10 out of everything I've tried? Mixing all of them together, give it a go, you guys. If you've got a bunch of beer lying around, why not? Because this is actually pretty good. Cheers.